Hello everyone and welcome back to our Feed the Beast Ultimate Reloaded Let's Play. Today, actually I wanted to apologize for the abrupt ending to last time. Um, Unfortunately, well as, not unfortunately, but fortunately, I suppose, as I was recording that episode right at the end there, my girlfriend called me on the phone, so I had to answer that very quickly. So if you were wondering why last time's episode just ended real abruptly, that is the reason. So, to continue where we left off, we're going to complete our farm and get it set up, and that'll be good. Um, if I had the ability to make another multi-block farm, we would build, like if we had the supplies for it, we would probably do that and make ourselves another one for wood in order to power this dynamo down here, right? Because it's got power, but there's no... Let's see, we need to set up our... Set this up. Then we need to go get the stone brick that we have, or... Well, it should just be stone, not stone brick. We should be able to make our sets of stone. There we go. I'm glad it didn't automatically make buttons, as it's done in the past. Just automatically clicked and made another recipe. But yeah, okay. All right. That's too many. I just had some really good sushi, so I'm kind of happy with that. Full and ready to work. We're gonna have to move this chest as well. It's not going to fit quite right in there. What? We're too short? Oh, great. Well, at least we can easily make that. We don't have to, it's not going to take very long. It's just annoying. Let's put these up while we're waiting. Yeah, we don't have nearly enough tin to make another multi-block farm, so... I wonder if I had just made a 3 chip or 3 tube circuit board and stuck it in there, if it would have made it to where one side was just left as regular trees. That would be interesting to know, but not sure. Okay, so it can't work because it needs dirt or it needs tree taps. What does it need? Let's see. I'm going to look that up. Forestry rubber plantation. Okay. So if we take one of these and stick it in there, that's where we're supposed to be able to put it. Cold, normal, 487% hydration. Okay. No fertilizer. Let's get some fertilizer made then. Let's see what that does. Eat some corn first. Okay, appetite. Sand. Oh, we're one short. Is there any in this spot? No. Ah, nice. Just gonna grab the one for now and we'll get more later. Okay, and then back to the crafting table. Oh yeah, it's plenty. That's the thing with this, is that if you get enough sand and apatite, it makes an insane amount of fertilizer. Okay. So it has fertilizer. Now it's working, is it? What's it doing? I wonder if we have to have it be built entirely out of dirt on this area. Let's put down some more dirt and see what happens. I don't think it would be an issue, but since we got the stone brick underneath, I just want to make sure. So if we grow these trees, I wonder if we can just plant infinite saplings, or plant enough saplings to fill up every spot in here and it harvest it for us. That would be nice, but I don't know. Okay, we got another sapling, so that's good. Filling one of the areas that... What? Sounded like it's chopping down trees. It's not supposed to be chopping down trees. It's supposed to be just harvesting the rubber off of said trees. Oh yeah, it is. Look at that. And it's getting 10 sticky resin. That's in the wrong spot. I have to readjust how that works, so yeah. Okay, and then We're gonna have to make an official entrance to this area. Okay, and then we need to do that. Yeah, since that was not able to be opened, there was no way to... I want to remove that. Let me see if I get my wrench, if I can remove a spot on there. Should be able to, right? That's what you'd think. Oh, it's getting nighttime again. Great. Okay. I need to make another shield here soon. Okay, so it seems like we know at least that it is harvesting it. So that's good. Okay. Maybe the best way to put this is up here. With that there, and that there. Oh, do we need... It's got to be redstone power, doesn't it? Yeah, internal redstone control. So if we wrench it, ignored. There we go. It's taking the sticky resin out now. That's good. Okay. Oh, let me, as I said, we got to build an official entrance to that. But what we can do now that we have that ability, is we can break all these leaves. And yes, I know it's going to take a minute, but we got to break them by hand or with a tool other than shears. We can't use shears because we're trying to get saplings to continue planting. But with this being the case, if we can get enough saplings, then we should be able to fill up this entire area with just wood and be able to harvest all of the sticky resin that we need. So this way we'll have an automatic rubber farm for us, which is great. We won't have to worry about that, about sticky resin any longer. About trying to come out here, harvest it ourselves, because that's just a lot of work, you know. Only thing we'll have to do, of course, we'll have to come out here and reach into the chest and grab it, and we'll have to also provide it with coal or some kind of fuel source to power our steam dynamo that is beneath it. Other than that, we're pretty much set for this. Alright, and that is all of the leaves that we can reach from down here. Alright, on up we go. We'll start Actually, let's do it this way. We can climb on top, break leaves this way. Nice. Leaves to break all over the place. Love it. Okay, that's one layer. Second layer next. Hopefully this farm will turn out looking nice and get us a lot of rubber from it, is what I'm hoping. Seems like fertilizer will grow these trees regardless of whether there's truly space for them to grow, which is nice. So hopefully we can grow a full farm of just rubber trees. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. We have 8 saplings already, just from these trees, or the leaves that we've broken, and we still have many more leaves to go. Plus, all the 8 saplings that we're going to plant and grow will give us even more leaves that we can break and collect. So it's interesting that it uses fertilizer because it's a rubber tree farm and it's not actually making, like, it's not planting and growing trees. It's just grabbing the sticky resin off the side of the trees, so it's kind of weird. Because you can't use the fertilizer to just regrow the sticky resin, right? Because that's not how that works. Who knows how they programmed it, though. Wonder if it actually uses the fertilizer or if it just sits there, but at the same time, it did use one piece of fertilizer when I put the fertilizer in there, so it has to be doing something with it, but I guess it might just be a requirement for forestry and it doesn't actually use it for anything to do with the efficiency of the farm. It's just that since it is a forestry farm, it requires fertilizer to run. Okay. This might be just a time waster, but I don't know. Either way, I don't want all these leaves just taking up all this space, making the farm look ugly, you know? Get what I mean? And I suppose at the same time, as we do this, we should get rid of any trees that don't have sticky resin on them, because if there is no sticky resin on the tree to begin with, then the farm can't really get any rubber off of it now, sticky resin off of it now, can it? Nice. Let's see if there's any saplings up here. There's one, and then we'll go down here and grab any saplings that fell off. So I know there were a couple back here at least. Okay, 13 saplings to plant. I wonder if we can set the farm up to do it for us. That would be kind of nice. If we toss the saplings in, no. Because of the fact that it's a manual farm. Okay, so then we'll go ahead and do this one. Okay, so I'm going to use some dirt to tower up here so I can break leaves. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna hop over to sleep, and then what I'm gonna do, just because this is a long and tedious process and it'll take up a lot of time, is I'm gonna pause the recording and start back after I have as many rubber trees planted as I can. So yeah, so we'll see you in just a minute. Alright guys, so since you've last been gone, I finished this up. There is a rubber tree for every single block of dirt on that platform. And what I think I'm going to do, because this one over here is so short, we're going to plant a new one to fill in this place. And something else that happened while we've been gone, I installed Vein Miner so that we can have it, because that is very useful. And of course it doesn't work with non-Minecraft tools, so that's wonderful. Well, we can just break these last ones by hand. But yeah, I wanted to get a taller tree on the outside of that space there. But yeah, as you can see, everything except for the center is all rubber trees. And I do know I did do some testing, so don't worry, I didn't just build this, put all these trees here, waste all that time for nothing, because I was wondering if it, like the face of the rubber tree that had the rubber on it, if it was required to be pointed towards an empty spot in order for the farm to harvest it. But it turns out I did some testing and it does in fact harvest every face, no matter if it's covered or not. So this will generate rubber from every piece of wood that has a spot on it like that. So we're good. We've got a rubber farm now. And unfortunately, something else that did happen while y'all were gone, it's out of power. Because the steam dynamo has nothing to use for power. So we may as well toss it in there, right? Yeah, you can hear it going. And look at that. We're already getting tons of rubber. So just listen to it go. And you can watch some of it too. We're crawling in rubber. Look at this, it's still going for this one harvest cycle. It's kind of great, isn't it? I wonder if that wood's going to give us enough power to... Sure won't. have that. Those 4 pieces of rubber wood did not give us enough power generation for the entire thing. That's kind of hilarious. Oh, right. Stinking. So now with that being said, now that we have Vein Miner, we need to start using tools that Vein Miner will work with. Let's see. I'm going to do this because I think there's a way to set up new tools with Vein Miner. Tool list. Vein Miner tool list. Tool list, axe, add, and then 5842 slash vein miner tool list axe add 5842. Okay, so now if we use this, this becomes an axe, right? What? Let me try this. Project red dash exploration colon ruby axe. Red dash exploration colon ruby axe. Of course. Underscore axe. Yeah, look at that. This is now a vein miner axe. Okay, so let's do the same thing for the pickaxe. Pickaxe. I will change this to pickaxe. This should now be added. Let's see, shoes, pickaxe, shovel, axe, hoe. We're going to add the shovel in there as well. Nice. So now we have our 3 tools that we use added to the tool list. We have 7 spruce saplings we can plant. Let's just plant them in random spots to kind of grow a couple more trees. We're not going to be wanting for rubber anytime soon, I can tell you that much. So, yeah, I'm excited. We've got ourselves a full-on rubber tree, not a full-on rubber tree farm, but sticky resin farm. And we're making as much rubber as we're ever going to need. And we don't even have to keep that thing powered because we have so much rubber already that and so much extra sticky resin in here that we can basically just put power in it when we want to and let it go, you know. I know these should burn at the same time. So yeah, if we use this, this should power it and get us all of the rubber we're ever going to need for now. So yeah, we're just going to do that and enjoy ourselves. We have to restock with fertilizer every so often, but that's about it, you know. We're not going to be wanting for rubber. I'm happy with that. Okay, let's get rid of these oak leaves because they're bugging me a little bit. Okay, now that we've got our rubber tree farms down, we need to upgrade this chest. Or we just make another chest in general. I think that would be the way to go. Make another mod chest. Oh, we had sand in there. Didn't even need to go get it. Okay, so let's do this. Let's upgrade this other chest that we have sitting over here into an iron chest, and then upgrade it again into a gold chest. Or no, just into an iron chest for now. Normal to iron. Let's do that. Or should we do copper? They have the same Oh no, copper doesn't have the same, does it? Okay, so we're gonna do this. Iron around a piece of wood, simple and easy. Watch, it's not gonna let us make it. Oh, it is. Look at that. Nice. Now let's go sleep. Okay. Now we have this chest that we can stick. We're just gonna go up into the window area. I don't usually like doing that, but that's okay. Sand doesn't need to go in there. We need all of our modded items in here that we're not using for just regular stuff. That's a tool, not a item. Okay. And then tools in here. Vanilla stuff back in here. I wonder if there's a way to what the tools are. Oh yeah, I can't change the. I have to open up the sorting file if I want to change that. Sort in columns, sort in rows. I know clicking it multiple times ain't gonna do anything, but you know, may as well, right? Alright, so we've got everything we need. I mean, we're... This is pretty great. That we can just... I mean, look at that. It just started another harvest. Not doing a full field harvest, but... We've almost got 4 stacks of sticky resin in that. Plus the stack and a half of rubber we have back at the house. Back in the house over here. I mean, that's insane. So yeah, we've got rubber for days. We're going to want to get... I think the next step... I'm trying to think. I think powering this thing would be the next step towards our quarry. Finding a way to power it, because it's got to be level 2 power. Well, we can power it with level 1, but we're not going to have nearly enough, because it was like, what, 125,000 EU for 1 bauxite to get titanium, which is a lot of power. Think about that. So each of these solar panels does 2 EU a tick. If we were to, let me go ahead and I'm going to do the math real quick. 2 times 4 is 8. And then to get it, so that means 125,000 divided by 8. It would take 15,625 game ticks for us to make 1 piece of titanium. And that's not even 1 piece of titanium. That's right, because bauxite gives us... two small piles of titanium dust, which we need 4 of. So it would take, in order to make 1 piece of titanium dust, it would actually take us 31,250 game ticks, which is just a lot. Whereas if we use something more powerful from Tech Reborn, possibly. Let's see here. Like this. If we use an output rate of 128 EU a tick, and this is a medium tier, well, that electrolyzer wherever it is. Anyway, the electrolyzer takes in 128 EU a tick. That's the maximum it can take in per tick. So, if we have it powered, and we're using a 128 EU a tick output into the electrolyzer, that would be only about 1,000 game ticks for us to make one, or, well, that would be 2,000, a little bit less than 2,000, because it's 976.5 game ticks for one bauxite dust to go. So it'd be, and that's the maximum we could do it, is that amount of game ticks per, because of the way that this works, since it only inputs 128 per tick. That would be the most efficient way to do it. So yeah, that'd be something. That's something we'll have to figure out probably later, because I promised we would get into bees. We had this full chest, all kinds of bees. So let's see. Excuse me. All right. So bee house is simple. We can use those. They're the easiest ones to get, and they have the lowest production rate. An apiary is the next level up, and then the alveary is the best. So, bee house also, we cannot use pipes with it, we cannot upgrade it, and we cannot mutate bees. However, with the apiary we can, and we can put frames and stuff in there. The alveary, of course, is the best out of the best. So with the bee, we're probably just going to use these bee houses for now, because it also triples the lifespan of each bee in the bee house, which I guess is a bad thing because it is slower. But yeah, it also triples pollination rate. So yeah, so what we're gonna do, in order for us to set this up, hold on. Be interesting to know how far bees will travel away from our bee houses and stuff. I'm gonna look that up. In real life, the foraging area of a honeybee is 2 miles. That's kind of funny. Alright, come on now. Let's see here. Extra bees information will be in orange. Magic bees information will be in purple. That's interesting. Okay. Okay, so we're just gonna set up the bee houses out in the world somewhere. I'm not quite ready to get into tree breeding, so I don't really want to do that yet. All of our spruce trees have grown, so we're probably going to break these down here, just because I don't want to mess with them yet. It's almost time to go to sleep. Um, okay. We're going to stick it out in the middle of this big field over here, because I don't want to breed any trees yet, and we're just trying to do some bee stuff right now. Once we get into a better situation where we actually want to breed trees, we'll get to that. But for now, we don't want that to happen, so we're going to open this area up free of trees of all kinds. I know I literally just planted these saplings, but that's okay. Breeding the spruce and oak wouldn't be too bad. We're going to need to move these hives out the way, because with them sitting here, that will be a mess for us, because we don't want our bees to cross-pollinate between hives, and we also don't want them to attack another hive. Now, I don't know if that's actually a mechanic in the game, but it would be kind of funny if all of a sudden we walk outside and it's like, oh yeah, your bees got into a fight with another hive, with a wild hive, and now they're all dead. So we definitely don't want that to happen. So we're going to take out these two wintry hives over here. Of course, we're going to want to make sure that we smoke both of them first, because otherwise they might be like, hey, you're destroying our friends, you know. So okay, now we're going to have a bee house here, bee house there. Set one a bit further back up on the hill. Set one more over here. Alright. Now, what type of bees are we going to want to put in here is the question. And the answer to that is what we're going to want to do as we go into bee breeding further into this game. Can we breed with the bee house is the question, because I think we need an incubator kind of thing in it. No, we do need to make a beealizer, of course. Let's see here. What we got? What do we got? Okay. Sorry for kind of sitting still. Bee breeding is kind of a very extreme sport kind of thing, if you would say that. Okay. So apiary is what you usually use for bee breeding. What about just the bee house? Can you use a bee house for bee breeding is the thing. The bee house. Basic tier shelter for your bees. Not accepting any frames and not being able to connect to any kind of pipes or similar. It's also impossible for your bees to mutate to new species in it. Well, however, yeah. Good base of bee species is acquired. Players can upgrade to an apiary and begin to mutate their bees into new species. So yeah, so we can't mutate, but we can breed in general. So we want to see where we want to get to, right? We want to know, what are we aiming for? How are we going? So I think we were talking about emeralds because of the arboretum, however you say it, but I don't know that that would be the best thing to go for right now. I think something like tin that we'd have barely any of would be a good bee to go towards. So let's look for tin bees, because I know there's ways to make tin bees, right? Tin bee. Look at that. Beefy queen. Um, that's not really what I want. Okay. You know what I should just do is take a look over here, tin, and then in order to make it, we're probably going to be nuggets, right? I think, wait, now with, if we've got, no way, no way, what? There's got to be, you can't not have a way to make for tin to be made by bees. Come on, there's no way. We have extra bees and magic bees. There's absolutely no way that we can't get tin from bees. Okay, what is this here? That's Thaumcraft. There's no... Okay, let me just search for bee. What? Sorry. Queen. um, Resinous queen? We could get resin from it. We don't need that, but you know. Okay. Barren, desolate, decomposing, gnawing, decaying, skeletal, creepy, rocky, tolerant, robust, resilient, corroded, tarnished, rusty, leaden, galvanized, impregnable, invincible, lustered, glittering, shining, valuable, lapis, sodalite, pyrite, bauxite, cinnabar, sphalerite, emerald, ruby, sapphire, diamond, unstable, nuclear, radioactive, elorium, cyanite, plutonium, ancient, primeval, prehistoric, relic, fossilized, resinous, oily, distilled, refined, terry, elastic, water, river, ocean, stained, growing, farmed, thriving, blooming, sweetened, sugary, ripening, fruity, fermented, bovine, caffeinated, damp, sodden, fungal, marble, Roman and Greek, okay, classical, embittered, furious, volcanic, glowing, malicious, infectious, virulent, viscous, glutinous, sticky, corrosive, caustic. Man, there's so many different queens in here. Oh my goodness. Twilight Shader Snowy Queen. Okay, so that's interesting. Snow Queen spawner. Oh, so it's a Twilight Forest has a Snow Queen boss. That's interesting. Instead of looking through here, I'm going to look up um, on the internet. 10B. Okay, what is this? Stanum? There we are. Apparently this is the one. Uses tin nuggets. Okay, so in order to get a Stanum Queen, we need Forest and Industrious. Industrious, diligent and unweary. Okay, so we're going to start with a Forest. We can go get Forest easily. That's a standard. We actually have a Forest Queen, But in order to do this, we need a forest worker. So what we might do is, first, in one of them, we use a forest and a common. I wonder what this forest and common will give us. So we're going to stick these over here in one of our bee houses. Probably this one over here closest to these trees, because forests like trees. Oh, it's too cold. Shoot. I forget that we're in the middle of a extreme hills biome. So yeah, we're going to have to move our bee houses somewhere warmer in order to allow for these bees to grow. Or we do some terraforming and some climate creation. Let me see. Okay, so we can actually change the climate by adding or removing anything. So we're going to have to go to a forest biome for this hive. So what we're going to do is go set the hive out in the forest biome, and we're going to just mark it with our whatchamacallit, our waypoints. And we're not actually, I don't know that we're actually going to go to a regular forest. Well, it's over there, we can. Let me see. Extreme hills. It would have been nice if there was like just a biome shift right here on our side, but I don't think so. Okay, river, thicket. Thicket's not going to be fun, so let's get into the plains. Yeah. We don't have very many meadows hives, I don't think. Or meadows workers and stuff. More common, I think. Is that what we just got from these? Yeah, I think I got, no. I don't know. Huh. Alright, so we're going to stick a bee house right here. Forest Queen Common Drone. No flowers. Of course there's no flowers. We have a bunch of flowers back at the house we could have brought out, actually. Alright. They're starting to do their thing. Our Forest Queen and our Common Drone. Nice. They will produce things for us. We need to get a beealizer here. Portable analyzer. Okay. Carpenter. 4 tin, 2 glass panes, a diamond, and 2 redstone. That's easy. Oh. Bee house. 1. Nice. I love these waypoints. They're so useful. I got one of my friends into Minecraft for the first time the other day, and he had watched my videos, and he was like, well, how do I mark locations? And I'm like, you can't. He's like, what? And when I found out just recently that's a feature I didn't know about, but if you have a map and you can place a banner down, and I don't know, I think this is still Java that you can do this in. What am I doing? I'm getting materials. You can place a banner down, and if you use a map on it, it actually marks on that map where that banner is, which is pretty great. I had no idea that was a feature, you know, because that's something that, you know, you don't see. Like, nobody uses that because nobody knows it exists. I can only assume. If I've been playing Minecraft for long enough and I don't even know it exists, like, for real. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. Alright, making a portable analyzer. And we're running out of power, of course. Let's toss some wood in there because I don't have anything else to toss in. I don't have any coal, so we're going to have to unfortunately use that. Nice. We've got it. It's nice and simple. Alright, we now have our B-Elizer, or our portable analyzer, as they say. Let's take some bees and stick them in here. So we're going to take our queens that we have. We're going to put them in this analyzer. Common queen. Alright, what does it take? It needs honey. Okay. Can we make honey out of this? Centrifuge, that's what we need. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to get a centrifuge for sure. I almost forgot. Centrifuge. Copper, sturdy casing, and cyan, so we just need bronze. Oh man, we're one short. Oh well. Next, we're going to have to smelt some glass too, and then one piece of tin. Alright, now we're going to need some sand to be smelted. Alright. Keep this from automatically inputting. Toss our copper and tin. Toss our sand in here because it's not automatically inputting like I just did. Oh, we have stuff in here. Iron, gold, nickel can be tossed in here. That. Our tin. Glass. Bronze. After that's done, it can continue automatically inputting. We're going to toss the cinnabar up top. We're so close to getting that transmutation stone. That would be so nice to have. Tell you what. Alright. There we go. Sturdy casing. Glass. Copper. Centrifuge. Right there, my bud. Alright. Honeycomb in the centrifuge. Beeswax. Looking for honey. Yes. Nice. This takes forever, it seems like, but okay. Nice. We've got honey drops. Stick that in there, and we're going to take our... Wait, we have a forest queen? What? Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah, we did. I knew that. We were looking for a forest drone. Okay. Shorter life, slowest worker. Okay, so if we have a forest and we mix it with what to do? In order to get Stanum, we need an industrious princess and a forest drone. What we need to do, we need to put a princess with a drone in there. We don't need to put a queen and a drone in there. So if we put, so we now know that we have a, what our forest queen is. We need to put something that is, we need a common princess, what we need. Because that forest queen, I don't know if it'll make more drones for us or not. Hopefully it will. That would be nice. Let's see what it's done since we left. Why in the world is there a bat flying around here in broad daylight? You're not supposed to be out here, bat. Where'd you go? Well, I have no idea. Alright, you. Supply bee, sapling, butterfly, or any other individual provide honey or honeydew as a pacifier. What? Species, forest. Climate, normal. Humidity, normal. No tolerances. Shorter lifespan, slowest production, slower pollination. Flowers, 3 times fertility. Interesting. Average territory, no effects. Yes, diurnal. No nocturnal. No tolerant flyer. No cave dwelling. Pristine stock. Okay. Possible produce, honeycomb. It also... Oh, not bright enough, not daytime. Of course. This will be interesting. If that forest queen, because it's working by itself, it doesn't actually need that common drone. That forest queen burns out, we should get a forest drone back. Seems like something that we could probably do off camera. It's wait on these things. But the reason I say that is because it's almost the end of the episode, so. But it's okay. Let's see. As long as it's daytime, these things will keep breeding and keep going. We're good at keeping it daytime, it seems like, because we're still, you know, we're not trying to die, so. Let's see, what does it say? How long does it got left? About half of its lifespan, so if I take this drone out, it shouldn't bother it, because, yeah, it's the only thing that's being used. So what is this? Further mutations, we can't mutate in here. So, has an active forest species and an inactive forest species as well. It's the exact same species, active and inactive. So, with that, we should be able to get should be able to get our forest drone from here. At that point, in order to get Stanum, we're going to need this. Okay, so diligent, common princess and a cultivated drone. Common princess and a forest drone. So we're going to need forest drones for multiple things. No matter what, right? Oh wait, common princess and any kind of drone should theoretically give us a yeah, well, should have a 12% chance of giving us a cultivated drone. I wonder if what the comments we had, as long as it's not, it needs to be a common princess and not a common drone. So that common queen we have could not do it because I bet it's common through and through. So if we use a common princess, we don't have just a common princess. We'll have to wait till this common queen goes through. I wonder though, if we were to do that here, too cold, yeah. Well, I have to take this down to our bee house as well, make another bee house right next to it for it to breed, or for it to live in. If we need to do something with our wintry princesses, we wouldn't have to worry about it, but since we're going to use commons and forests, we have to use it down here. Alright, so our second bee house can go right here. Now we need common queen to go to work. No flowers. Should have grabbed some more of these yellow flowers as when I was up there, but okay. There we go. This one's starting to work as well. Look at that, we got some honeycomb from this one. That's kind of cool. I wonder if these two hives, being so close together, will cross-pollinate of some kind. Tells us the lifespans of our bees. That's nice. So yeah, so we're now getting honeycomb. So alright, so we're getting some stuff made down here. So hopefully once this burns out over here, we'll have a common drone. Over here we'll have a forest drone. So that common, we'll have common princess hopefully. Common princess that we get, hopefully we can breed the two, the common princess and the forest drone, to make a cultivated queen. And once we get that cultivated queen, well, maybe we'll save the forest drone and we'll breed it later on with like a meadows drone or something, because we have other drones. Let's use one of our wintry drones actually, because that's more. We got many more of those. So we'll breed our common princess and a wintry drone to make our cultivated queen. And that cultivated queen, once it runs its cycle, will give us a cultivated drone. And once we get that cultivated drone, we can breed it with another common princess. So we'll have to run the common again to get a common princess. And that will give us our diligent queen at a 10% chance, hopefully. Then once we get our diligent queen, we'll have to do some unweary stuff as well, which we're going to need our diligent princess and a cultivated drone to make an unweary. So common and cultivated to make diligent, and then diligent cultivated to make an unweary, and then diligent and unweary to make an industrious, finally industrious and forest to make stannum. And then we'll have tin production through bees. Isn't that cool? So yeah, so anyway, overall I think it's a decent start to bees. I didn't realize that was Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's a 3 block jump, 1 block up, and then I could make that jump. Huh. Yeah, easy. Okay, anyway. It just seemed like it was too far for some reason. Since we're on our way back and there's this beehive right here, we may as well pick it up, right? I mean, what's the point in just leaving it here? We got a Wintry Princess. Okay, see, all these princesses are good, right? It's good that we're getting some princesses, because the princesses we can breed. The queens, we have to run their course first before we can even start getting other, before we can breed them, you know, because we have to use a princess and a drone to breed. We can't use a queen to breed. The queen is already breeded, or bred. That's not breeded, that's not a word. But I'm going to leave all the bee stuff in here, including the smoker and the other, so. Okay, and then beeswax goes in there too, then. And then wood, saplings, runs. Nice. Alright, but for now, thank you all for watching this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. So we did some decent progress today. We finished up our multi-farm. You can take a look at that real quick. It's out of power, I'm sure. Hence why there's so much rubber just on the trees. But, I mean, can you blame it? It's done a lot of production. Look at that. We have plenty of rubber trees up there. And we already have 6 full stacks of sticky resin from just the running it a little while during this episode. So that's pretty great. So anyway, we've got a rubber farm that makes us tons of rubber. And we started bees too, just as a little bit, but we did start them. So yeah, I'm excited to continue this on. Um, anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. This is me signing off, and I've been producing videos. Thanks for watching.